Okay, in this video we're just going to have a look at USB cables not fitting into phones or tablets properly. So I get this issue specifically a lot on USB-C type devices. So what you'll find is after a while you try and fit the USB port in and it just sort of sits at an angle and it's just not quite kind of fitting in right, and then when you go to charge it the port just falls out. So when you've tried to kind of do it, it's just not working, or it just keeps flicking on and off from charge. And I used to think that was a bit of an end of life thing because the you know, the charging port had just gone on the device, or you know, something had gone wrong. But actually going kind of back on it, I've kind of gone through a few devices, and a lot of the issue is just generally inside the port. You'll just find kind of a lot of dirt in there. So if you just kind of shine a light into there, you'll be able to see that you can pretty much just give it a little clean out, and I found 9 times out of 10 it actually does just resolve the issue. The port goes back in. So I've just been using a pin to do it, but you know, you could probably use something a bit safer, like something plastic. But as long as you don't go too kind of rough trying to get bits out, it's absolutely fine. But basically the port will just be full of dust and dirt, so you can see there's loads there. And just kind of like softly go round the charging port and just kind of grab out what you can. Sometimes it takes a bit of time because the dust just kind of falls apart, but yeah, it's mostly, you know, there's usually loads of sand and dust in any kind of devices that I've got. So if you kind of like I say, go around a few times, you'll find out that a few of these little kind of blobs of dust will fall out, and then when you go back to put your charging port in, you can actually plug it in and it's not going to fall out anymore. It was just the fact that the actual port didn't fit in because the dust was sort of not letting it sit into the port properly. So I mean, the easy way to get around it is just to buy a case that has one of those kind of little charger plugs in it, just like a little cover. But unfortunately I've never had one of those, and the same goes for the kind of speakers on the bottom. They just get full of the same stuff. So it's yeah, it's quite useful to know that you can kind of just do that, and then when you plug your phone in at night, you know that the cable's not going to have either fallen out or it's just not going to be charged. So yeah, it's worth doing. It only takes a couple of minutes. So hopefully that's helpful to someone. If it is, give the video a like, and please subscribe.